Did Kenny Atkinson get some sense tonight? It's so early in the season. It's so hard to, like, I know I'm unreasonable. I don't like how the Nets are constituted. Everybody's heard me say it. And it's weird because outside of one position and a few rotational choices, how could you as a Nets fan not be happy? Tonight we saw a couple things. And the first thing I want to talk about, I want to talk about Karis LeVert. Why do I want to talk about Karis LeVert? Because Karis LeVert had a rough night tonight. Right? 7 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Oh, you know what? He got a block tonight. Right? He got a block with no steals. I'm somewhat shocked. But he shot 15%. Right? Poor shooting night. But that's okay. Because more importantly, his man got 8 points, 5 rebounds, 0 assists, and played 39 minutes. Right? The points that he scored, he only got 1 bucket off of Karis from what I saw. And Nets fans have a lot of problems with the Nets perimeter defense. And I'm going to tell you why the Nets perimeter defense is bad. The second greatest Nets player so far, because Kevin Durant hasn't played, the second greatest Nets player in the history of Nets basketball is Kyrie Irving. The very first best Nets player in the history of Nets basketball is Julius Erving. Okay? Julius Erving was the LeBron of his era. People can argue with me. They could tell me no. Yes, he played in the ABA, but he's the reason why the ABA and the NBA merged. Don't let anybody rewrite history for you. Could you imagine the NBA right now having another league that has LeBron James in his prime? I'm talking about those first 5 years of LeBron James. Right? In another league. In their country. There'd have to be a merger, right? You can't let that player be playing in Nassau Coliseum. Right? So Julius Erving is the best Irving. Right? Kyrie's not even the best Irving that ever played for the Nets. Julius Erving is the best Irving that ever played for the Nets. And Kyrie Irving is the second best. Kyrie Irving plays no defense. When Kyrie Irving is on defense, the crowd at Barclays Center should be shouting, "Inconvenience! Inconvenience!" Not defense. Inconvenience. Inconvenience. Nets play more hindrance than defense. And we saw it tonight. Right? Damian Lillard got 60 points. We haven't seen 60 on the Nets versus the Nets since the greatest player from Brooklyn basketball, right? And I'm not talking about Stephon Marbury. I'm talking about Bernard the King. That's right. Turnaround jumpers in the park. I loved Bernard King growing up. Right. Fort Greene Projects own. Damian Lillard went off tonight. But you know who did not go off tonight? That's right. Karis LeVert's man. And that's perfectly all right. I ain't got no problems. You got problems? I ain't got no problem. And you know, from what I could tell on Twitter, the Nets fans ain't got no problems either. Kyrie got 33 points tonight. 5 rebounds. I didn't even see him get the 5 rebounds. I watched that game like twice, it feels like, because DVR was on overtime tonight. Just watching some of the things he was pulling off. Right? Kyrie Irving is so good with the basketball. You have to put someone next to him who's going to play the defense for him. Right? And mistakenly, because Karis is always, you know, playing catch up for Kyrie. Karis is always compensating for what Kyrie doesn't do. That even Kenny Atkinson, moronically, thought he was to blame. Kenny Atkinson says some crazy things. He's on record saying that Spencer Dinwiddie is an elite pick and roll defender. When he said that, I wanted to like jump through the TV and choke him. Now, I know that sounds unreasonable, right? But I wanted to choke the man because Spencer Dinwiddie is a terrible defender. You're not even supposed to lie on your players like that, because it makes you look like you don't know what you're doing, Kenny. It makes you look like your observations are flawed. Right? But for me tonight, the story of the show and the reason why we won was because of the guy that only got 7 points tonight. Right? Now, Kyrie's average is 31 right now. He's gonna walk into 38 points per game. He's just gonna basically just roll out of bed, wipe the crust out his eyes, put sneakers on, walk into the arena, not even stretch, and get 30. I don't even think Kyrie was that good tonight. But boy, is he good. My God. It's well noted that, you know, my love for and loyalty to D'Angelo Russell, because, you know, how am I going to just be on that dude's side for the last few years, watch him grow, and then basically watch him walk out the door and being done dirty by the Nets? I would never stand for that. I would never align myself with that. I miss D'Angelo right now. Watching him get 52 points. You know, got it on DVR. Seeing him operate the way that he does. Let me tell you, even watching him get 52 points tonight, he is not Kyrie Irving. He's not even a little bit of Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving affects your offense even when he's just putting pressure on the defense. The pressure to stop Kyrie Irving makes everyone else that much better. The Nets are the number 2 defense in the number 2 offense in the league. They would not be that with D'Angelo Russell. I have to admit I was wrong. Right? That's the thing I hate about pundits. They're in the business of being right, so they can't admit that they're wrong. They can't admit that they call something that made no sense. But I'm not a pundit. Right. I write code for a living. I invest in content creators. I look at data all day. Right? And I watch basketball, a whole lot of it, for fun. And what I see is what I'm going to share with you guys. Kyrie Irving is... I'll tell you what Kyrie is not, though. Kyrie Irving is not a good defender. And I don't care. You know who's going to be a good defender? He's all right now. He's just okay. He gets a lot of blocks. But once he puts on a little bit more weight, because he's never going to be a physical, immovable object type of player, right? Al Horford is kind of like the guy I'm thinking about right now. Like, what Al Horford could do, he can absorb the inertia of a player coming down court on him full speed. He could absorb that and then make the right defensive play, whether that's to come underneath and poke the ball out of the hands or go over top. But he can just disrupt you and then guide you into where you don't want to be. And that's, basically the whole secret to how Al Horford stops Embiid. Now they play together. Right. Jared Allen is who I'm talking about, and he's not that dude, not yet. But he played great tonight. He showed me things tonight that made me say, okay, wait till this dude is 24 years old. When people judge Jared Allen, I wonder if they could remember being 21 years old. When I was 21 years old, I weighed 195 pounds. I weigh 240 now. And that's a slim 240 for me. Like, I'm usually a chunky 260. I'm 6'4", so people can't really even see it. But still, I'm a big dude, right? I'm pitching a lot of business right now. I need to fit into these tailored suits. So yeah, I've slimmed it down to 240. If I ever went down to 210, people would look at me like, yo, man, you got that monster?